let's talk about something really sexy: systems and processes, procedures. All right, we've talked about leadership, we've talked about increasing the value of the business, making sure that the owner's ready to move on in succession to the next chapter, and ways you can maximize value. Today, we'll roll up our sleeves and we're getting our hands dirty in systems and processes, because this is directly related to intrinsic value. If you have a business that doesn't have good documented systems and processes, it's going to lower the value of the business. But also because this is universally something that we have to get in the weeds with every one of Axiom's clients. At some point or another, systems and processes is a big strategic focus of our team. Usually it's pretty early. And so we have been, there's tools that have been around for a long time that we've been using for this. So I want to show you some of those just in case you're unaware of them. But there's also some brand new stuff related to AI that's kind of changing the game in this area. And if you're considering hiring a contractor to help you with systems and processes, if you're considering bringing somebody on full time, adding an FTE to run systems and processes, or if you find that the systems and processes that you have need to be updated and it's like nobody has time to do that, these are all huge time savers, and they can be game changers in terms of driving down costs and having other people have to do that for you. So I'm going to go through a live process. The best way for you to see this is to go through a live example, and I have to build a process. So that's what we're going to do. The process is basically around what we call our discovery meeting. Axiom has a discovery meeting agenda. This is essentially a sales meeting for us. It's when somebody interested in working with us, who's been introduced to us, we sit down with that person and we talk about what are the reasons they might want to bring us on, what we can, what we can't do, what it's going to cost, all of that stuff. But we need to tighten up the process before that meeting and after that meeting. So recognizing that this is a need of ours, I need to create the process. And so I'm going to do it in real time with you so you can see how it works. So we use a tool called Loom. This is for basic screen capture, video capture. And so it sits up here in my toolbar. It's for Windows and Mac. I'll go through pricing on it before we finish up the video. And I'm just going to say I want to create a new full screen video. I pick the camera that I'm going to be recording from. It shows up down here in the bottom. I'm going to pick the microphone that I'm going to be using. I'm just going to start the recording. So we'll get a little countdown here. All right, guys, so we need to, so you can see what I'm doing here. I'm just starting to talk. I'm referencing the documents that I'm using. And one of the things I'll say is it really helps if you're doing this kind of full screen capture with Loom to have a second monitor where you've already queued up all the documents that you're going to be referencing, or the screens and the different applications that you're going to be referencing. So it's very easy to just drag those over from the off-screen monitor. That's what I'm doing here. So it just takes a few more minutes to get ready and you can record in real time. All right, so I just recorded that video, and you'll see here the first thing that pops up is the meeting recording. So what we have here, I can play this. All right, guys, so we need to tighten up the process around discovery meeting. Specifically, so you'll be able to see, this is basically just a recording of my screen all the way through. And we can use this video. There's a link to this video. And so what I can do then is go into my our playbook here, what we call it. And I'm going to create under sales, because this has to do with sales, I'm going to create a new document. And I'm going to say pre and post discovery meeting. And then I'm just going to say, please review the video for fuller context. I can put a link to that video. Slight is going to kind of go out and look at that link, and it'll give me a little preview here that I can play in line. And then I'm going to come over here back over to Loom, and we have these AI features. And so I'm going to say, I want you to write a document. And the first one is an SOP. And so it's going to analyze the document. It's creating a full transcript of the document. It's even going through the different apps that were active at different times. And it's going to create an SOP for me. So it says the objective of the SOP is to streamline the process for conducting discovery meetings, focusing on prep, la-di-da-di-da, pre-meeting preparation, briefing for a 2-person team, what to do during the meeting, post-meeting follow-up, cautionary notes, tips for efficiency. I'm going to copy this text. I'm going to come back over to my Loom document or my Slide document. I'm going to copy that text wholesale. And we have our standard operating procedure. Now, obviously, we want to go through and do some quality assurance on this. I'm going to read through this. I'm going to make some changes, most likely. I might even delete some bullet points that I feel like are kind of extemporaneous. I kind of went down a rabbit hole here or there. But you saw how long that took me. And most of the work when it comes to doing the actual documentation is taken care of. Not only that, but the video is really invaluable in allowing people to hear the tone of what I'm saying and the spirit behind it, rather than just have to read a bland document. So I don't know what tools you're using, but these are some that you should consider. I'll go through Loom pricing. So you can get a free pack, which we operated on quite a bit, but you have 25 videos per user limit. There's a 5-minute recording link that's really not sufficient. So we're paying $8 per creator per month. The thing that you need to just keep in mind here is that everybody in our organization is a creator, so I pay for all of them. But in your organization, there's probably going to be 2 or 3 or 4 creators that are going to be driving most of this types of content. So you limit that. So for less than $100 a year, you can put this tool into their hands. And it is, to me, that is a bargain. You should not flinch. You should not hesitate. You should just go out and spend the money. In terms of Slide, where you keep all of this stuff, this is the platform that we use, but you can use Google Docs. You can use SharePoint. You can use, I'm sure there's a bunch of others out there. You may already have a platform that's got kind of a knowledge base in it. That's what you're looking for, some kind of knowledge-based software where you can put documents that will integrate just text, it'll integrate video, you can link between documents. So one of the things that I can come over here is I can say on this discovery meeting, I want to link that up to discovery meeting agenda. And so now I have a live link and I can jump straight over to the discovery meeting agenda. Those are some nice features to have in a knowledge-based application. But I can see where for most businesses, this can streamline the creation of systems and processes. And for a lot of businesses who may be jumping into systems and processes sporadically, only when they get really out of hand and they're saying, hey, I need somebody to come in here and do this for me. Consider the cost of that. You need somebody to come in, and if you want to record video content, it's going to be recorded by somebody who your team doesn't know, doesn't have a relationship with them, isn't familiar with all the previous content that's been created or how it's been created, and is not going to be responsible for updating that, or it could be expensive to update that when somebody points out, hey, this thing changed, that screen's no longer there, but the video says it is, and now it's out of date. If you have somebody who is on your team who's intimately familiar with those tools, they don't have to get up to speed. And really, they're the experts. They're the ones who should be giving the demos, writing the SOPs, proofing the SOPs, all of that kind of stuff. I see this as a much better way than bringing in somebody from the outside who's going to consult or advise you or build this stuff for you. A lot of it you should be doing yourself. Look forward to hearing from you. If you have any questions about these tools or how we've implemented them, reach out to me. I'd be glad to talk to you about it.